Hey there, my dear friend. Come closer, let's make this intimate. Like we're sharing secrets in a dimly lit room, the kind where every whisper feels like a touch. I'm going to take you inside my skin, let you feel the weight of a dress I never meant to wear, the spark of a name I didn't know was mine. This is about the girl who lived quietly within me for 27 years, tucked behind a facade of hoodies and half-smiles, waiting for one weekend to set her free. You'll feel the knot in my stomach, the flush on my cheeks, the slow unraveling from fear to something like flight. If you've ever sensed a whisper inside saying this isn't all of you, then hold on. We're diving in together, starting at the moment it cracked open. Friday evening, 6:03 p.m., my apartment door clicking shut like a starting gun. I was Alex back then, 27, graphic designer by trade, the guy who blended into office cubicles and coffee lines without a ripple. Hoodies and sneakers were my uniform, laughter a bit too loud to cover the quiet ache I couldn't name. That Friday had been brutal, endless client revisions on a logo that looked fine the first time, missed deadlines piling up like unpaid bills, and a voicemail from Mom asking why I hadn't visited in months. "You sound distant, honey," she'd said. Distant? Yeah, that fit. I kicked off my shoes in the entryway, tossed my backpack on the couch, and opened the closet to hang my jacket. That's when I saw it, the box. It had arrived weeks ago, anonymous, no return address, just my name scrawled in black marker. I'd shoved it behind winter coats, pretending it wasn't there, like ignoring it would make it disappear. But tonight, bone-tired and frayed, I dragged it out. The cardboard was plain, unassuming. I peeled back the tape with a thumbnail, heart-thumping for no reason I could explain. Inside, tissue paper, soft and crinkling. I unfolded it, and there was the dress. Lavender, knee-length, with delicate lace at the neckline and sleeves that looked like they'd flutter with movement. A note fluttered out, handwriting elegant and unfamiliar, for the girl within. Wear her. Just once. A friend. My hands shook as I held it up. Who sent this? I'd never told anyone. Not Mom, not my best friend Sam, not even the therapist I'd ghosted after one awkward session where I couldn't find the words. But someone knew. The ache in my chest sharpened, a mix of terror and something electric, like recognition. I locked the front door, double-checked the blinds. Stripped down to my boxers in the bedroom, the air cool on my skin. The dress slid over my head like water, fabric whispering against my arms, my chest, settling over hips I'd always hunched to hide. I zipped it up the back with trembling fingers. It fit. Perfectly. The hem brushed mid-thigh, lace tickling my collarbone. In the full-length mirror on the closet door, I stared. Same green eyes, same messy brown hair falling over my forehead. But the dress, it hugged curves I didn't know I had, softened my shoulders, made my legs look longer, more graceful. My reflection looked right in a way Alex never had. A flush crept up my neck. Embarrassment? Curiosity? I tilted my head, watching the light catch the fabric. Who are you? I whispered to the glass. And from somewhere deep, a voice whispered back. Finally. Panic surged then, hot and sharp. I yanked the dress off, stuffed it back in the box, shoved the box under the bed. This is crazy, I muttered, pulling on pajamas. But as I lay in the dark, the whisper lingered, keeping sleep at bay. Saturday morning dawned with sunlight slanting through the blinds, casting stripes on the floor. I woke tangled in sheets, heart racing from dreams I couldn't remember, dreams of lace and long hair. The box called to me from under the bed. I tried to ignore it, made coffee in my usual mug, the hem of my pajama pants dragging. But the dress. I'd slept in it last night, hadn't I? No, I'd taken it off, but the feel of it clung to my skin. I pulled the box out again, sitting cross-legged on the floor. The note mocked me, for the girl within. Who was this friend? An ex? A co-worker who'd seen through my masks? The uncertainty gnawed, but beneath it, curiosity flickered like a match in the dark. My phone buzzed. Sam, beers tonight? The gang's meeting at O'Malley's. I typed rain check, feeling off, and hit send before I could overthink. Work emails waited in my inbox. I opened my laptop on the kitchen table, still in pajamas. Clients wanted more revisions on that logo, brighter colors, bolder fonts. I stared at the screen, cursor blinking like a heartbeat. Who am I designing for? The thought intruded, unbidden. My designs had always been safe, neutral, like me. But now, with the box open beside me, ideas swirled. Softer lines, pastels, something feminine. I closed the laptop, frustrated. The dress peeked from the tissue paper. Just once, the note said. What harm? I slipped it on again, the fabric familiar now. Made another coffee, the hem brushing my thighs with every step to the counter. It felt natural. Wrong, but right. Mom called as I sipped. You sound different, honey. Softer, like you're whispering. My voice was softer, or maybe I was imagining it. Just tired from work, I lied, tugging at the lace neckline. We chatted about nothing, her garden, Dad's golf game, but every word felt like a mask slipping. I hung up and cried into the lavender fabric, tears soaking the lace. Why did this hurt so much? Why did it feel like coming home? Afternoon errands loomed, groceries, or I'd starve by Monday. I changed into jeans and a hoodie, but the dress haunted me, folded neatly on the bed. At the store, pushing a cart through aisles, a little girl in pigtails pointed from her mom's hip. Pretty lady. Her mom shushed her, smiling apologetically. She means you have nice hair or something. But my hair was messy, unwashed. Did she see, huh? I floated through checkout, bags heavy in my hands. Back home, I tried to snap back to Alex, hoodie, jeans, beer from the fridge. But they felt wrong, heavy like wet cement on my skin. I peeled them off, stood in boxes, the ache returning sharper than ever. The box waited. I dug deeper, bra, panties, tights, low heels. A wig, long auburn waves. Makeup kit with instructions. Another note, she's waiting. Let her out. I sat on the floor, sobbing not from fear, but from recognition. The girl within wasn't a stranger, she was me, buried under years of denial. The disruption hit full force, my life, my routines, cracking like eggshells. Saturday night, with the apartment locked tight and blinds drawn, I let the exploration begin. It started small, tentative, like testing ice on a frozen lake. The bra first, nude, 34B, how did they know my measurements? I slipped off my shirt, the cool air raising goosebumps. Hooked it behind my back on the second try, straps settling over shoulders that suddenly felt delicate. The cups cradled my chest, lifting slightly, creating cleavage I didn't have but somehow imagined. Panties next, lace-trimmed, soft pink cotton. I stepped into them, pulling them up smooth legs. I'd shaved earlier that day, telling myself it was for comfort. They hugged my hips, the lace tickling just enough to send shivers. Tights followed, sheer black, rolling up calves and thighs like a second skin, whispering promises. The wig came next, auburn waves cascading to my shoulders. I clipped it on carefully, adjusting in the mirror, tucking stray hairs. It framed my face, softening my jawline, making my green eyes brighter. Makeup. The kit had everything: foundation, concealer, eyeshadow, mascara, blush, lipstick. I followed the printed instructions like a recipe. Foundation cool and creamy on my cheeks, blending with a sponge to even out my skin, hiding faint stubble shadows. Eyeshadow in soft pinks and golds, blended for a subtle smoky look. Mascara lengthened my lashes, making my eyes pop. Blush on cheekbones, highlighter for glow. Lipstick, rose pink, creamy on my lips, plumping them. I whispered to the mirror, "Hi, Alexa?" The name came unbidden, but it fit. She smiled back, tentative but real. The dress again, zipping up smoothly. Heels, 2 inches, black patent, strappy. I slipped them on, standing wobbly at first. Click-clack across the hardwood floor. My steps were awkward, ankles turning, but after a few paces, a rhythm emerged, hips swaying naturally, posture straightening. I felt taller, more graceful. Music next, I cued old jazz on my phone, Ella Fitzgerald's voice filling the room like honey. I danced, slow at first, then twirling, the dress flaring out like a flower blooming. Laughter bubbled up, foreign and free, echoing off the walls. Sensory overload crashed in, lace tickling my nipples with every move, silk panties whispering against skin, tights hugging legs, perfume I'd spritzed, vanilla and jasmine from the kit, lingering on wrists and neck. I touched my face, no rough stubble, just smooth, powdered skin. Hair brushed my bare shoulders, sending tingles. I recorded myself on my phone. "Hi, I'm Alexa. Nice to meet you." Playback showed a voice higher, softer, natural. The hormonal shift I hadn't started yet, but the practice made it real. Hours melted away. I tried variations, Jeans with a feminine blouse from the box, leggings and a sweater for casual. Each outfit peeled back layers, shame fading into excitement, confusion giving way to small discoveries. How contour made my face heart-shaped, how heels elongated my legs. Internal dialogue swirled. This is just play. But why does it feel like breathing? By midnight, I wore it all to bed, falling asleep with the wig on, dreams vivid and free. Sunday deepened the exploration. I woke to sunlight, the wig tangled but still in place. I fixed it, reapplied lipstick, and ventured further. Casual looks for the day. A flowy top with shorts, practicing makeup variations, natural for day, bolder for evening. Sensory details overwhelmed. The cool metal of earrings clipping on, from the kit, the brush through wig hair, detangling waves, the taste of gloss on lips. Small incremental discoveries, how blush highlighted cheekbones I didn't know I had, how tights made legs look sleek. Excitement built, this was me, unlocking doors long shut. But guilt crept in too. What would Sam say? Mom. I pushed it aside, trying voices, softer tones, recording and playing back. Cringe at first, then intriguing. Hello, gorgeous, I said in a lilt, giggling. By afternoon, emboldened, I took the first public step. The coffee shop around the corner. Leggings under an oversized sweater for safety, ballet flats instead of heels, wig in a loose ponytail, minimal makeup, just foundation, mascara, gloss. Heart hammering as I stepped out, the breeze lifting the sweater's hem. Paranoia nipped, they'll know. But the street was indifferent, people rushing by, dogs walking owners. At the shop, the barista smiled warmly. What can I get for you? Latte, please. Name's Alexa. The word rolled out easy. Coming up, miss. Miss thrill shot through me. No stares, no whispers. I sat at a corner table, sipping, floating on the acceptance. Evening brought Sam's place. I wore the lavender dress under a long coat, nerves peaking. Knocked, heart and throat. He opened, beer in hand. Dude, you look off. Come in. Inside, the gang was there. Beers, pizza, laughter. I shed the coat. Silence fell. I have to tell you something. The story spilled. The box, the dress, the girl within. Eyes wide, questions. You're trans? Sam asked. I think so. Alexa now. Tension hung, then he hugged me. Cool. Want a beer? Alexa? Relief crashed like waves. Laughter returned, questions turned supportive. Small victory, confidence inched up. Family next, over video call. Mom's face lit up, then tears. Alex? You look happy, glowing. I explained, the whisper, the box, the emergence. Mom, it's me. But Alexa. She cried happy tears. I always knew you were my daughter deep down. I'm here for whatever you need. Dad grunted awkwardly at first. This is a lot to take in, kid. But then a nod, a hug through the screen. Love you, heels or not. More laughter, bonds strengthening. I leaned into growth, grew my natural hair, scheduled laser hair removal for smoothness, voice training apps to refine my tone. Estrogen consult with a doctor, hormones to align body with soul. Dates emerged, a girl from an app, coffee turning to walks in the park. You're beautiful, she said, hand in mine. I believed her, excitement outweighing lingering anxiety. Weekends, outings, shops, blending with poise. Internal shift, from hidden to whole, the girl within stepping fully into light. Monday crashed the climax. Back to work, I dressed boldly. Skirt suit, professional yet feminine, low heels clicking on office tile. Colleagues stared, whispers followed. HR email by noon, dress code violation reported. Meeting with my boss in his glass office. Alex, this is disruptive. Clients might complain. Tension coiled, heart pounding. My name is Alexa now. And I'm not changing back. This is who I am. He shifted, uncomfortable. We can offer remote only, or, anger surged, hide or stand. I chose stand. No. If this company can't accept me, I quit. Walked out head high, resignation emailed by lunch. That night, on the balcony in the lavender dress, city lights blurring through tears, unemployment loomed terrifying. But free. This is me, I whispered to the stars. No regrets. Resolution bloomed quickly. New job at an inclusive firm, remote flexibility, pay raise for my designs, now infused with bold, feminine flair. Name change legal, Alexa Jane Carter. I wore dresses to the grocery store, heels to the park, confidence like armor. Fell in love with Mia, dark curls, warm laugh. She kissed me under fireworks on our third date. You're magic. I was hiding, I replied. Now I'm home. 1 year later, I opened the box again. The note inside, from your future self. I laughed, cried, understanding. Now, when asked how I knew, she whispered. I finally listened. If a girl lives within you, hear me, she's not a secret. She's a becoming. Wear her. Just once. You might never take her off. You're not broken. You're blooming.